Recording. Okay. Hey guys, I'm gonna let Holly take it away. It's been a crazy Monday, but I am so excited to be here and to start talking, like finishing up this part 2 of Instagram where we can talk and share more of what I like to call our secret sauce and how to do this, how to work this, how to make this doable in the nooks and crannies of your life. Guys, no matter what, one thing that I just want to encourage you to get out of your brain, get it out of your brain that this is easy. It's not easy. It's a lot of work. It's hard work to run a home-based business and have children and have a husband and have a home. It's a lot of work. But let me just share with you, it is worth every little bit of sweat, tears, and blood to make this happen. It's worth it all. The personal growth that my husband and I have had alone has made it worth everything we have ever done with this business. So don't get it stuck in your head that it's easy. It's not. It's going to be work, but anything worth fighting for is never easy. So let's jump right in. I'm going to let Holly take it away, and we're going to do this.
All right. Thank you, Iris. I love that. That is so true. Like, the personal growth is crazy. It's the part that people don't even think about, but it's not just business. It's you changing and learning who you are and who you can be and who you should be and all that good stuff. So love that. Okay. So tonight we're going to talk a little bit. Last time we talked about sort of our accounts and how they should look and what we should do to attract people. And tonight we're going to talk a little bit more about how to grow your following. Because like we said last time, the more people that are following you, the bigger platform you have, the more people you can reach. If you are followed by hundreds of people, you're going to reach a few people. But if you're followed by thousands or tens of thousands, you're going to reach a lot more people. And people are searching. People are looking. The more we all talk to people, the more we know that there's so many people that are just feeling and they really need what we have. So we want to reach as many people as we can by growing our platform. So Iris is going to talk about some of our favorite apps that we use to help us grow and to help us make our things look pretty, keep ourselves organized and consistent with posting. And I just want to talk about a few things that we can do other than apps to help grow our following. All right, so I'll get right into it. First of all, one of the things you can do is message bigger accounts, so people that are bigger than you, and ask them to swap shout outs with you. Okay, so you find somebody that has somebody that you like to follow, somebody that has maybe your same brand or some of the elements of your brand. We talked about that in our last video, the 3 or 4 things that you're passionate about, that you do every day, that make you tick, that you're going to be talking about a lot on your account. Okay, so you find people that have those things in common, and you send a message and just ask if they want to swap shout outs. So basically what that means is during your posts, or a lot of time stories, you just basically feature each other. So you're going to tag them in the post and say, check out so-and-so, make sure to follow them, tell a few things what you like about them, and they'll do the same thing for you. It's a good way to get people who are their followers to come follow you as well. And so I've had success with that. You usually do get quite a few people that way, and it's more that targeted market, those people that you are looking for that have this brand with you. So message people that are bigger, and don't be afraid of people that are bigger, because at one time they had 1 follower. You know, at one time they were small as well. And people love, I find, on Instagram to support each other and, you know, just give each other shout outs like that. So that's one thing you can do to help with following. Another thing is get involved in loops. Okay, so there's a couple different kind of loops. There's chat loops and giveaway loops. So chat loops would be like several accounts get together and they have a topic that they want to chat about. So maybe it's parenting, maybe it's healthy eating or meal planning or homeschooling, or there's like a ton of different topics, but they get together and they do like a loop that you follow through. So the first person post, and they would ask a question in that post. And so the rules of the chat loop are you like the person, and then you answer the question, and then they will tag the next person in the loop. So then you go to that tag and go to the next person, and they ask a question there. So you answer the question, follow the person, and go. So if you can, then you go all the way around the loop, and so you're liking new people, they're liking you, you're getting, you're talking, there's conversation. It is a little time consuming, but I actually really enjoy it, especially when it's a topic that you love to talk about. just that networking. It's like having a conversation with, you know, a group of people that love to talk about the same thing that you do. So those are chat loops. You can either look them up and just be a part of one, or even if you can get some different people that you follow, that you like to chat with, that you like to network with, to start a chat loop with you, to kind of host it, have other people join in. You can do that as well. And that's going to get people to not just follow you, but to start that dialogue, to feel like they know you and you know them, and that you have something in common that you like to talk about. So then there are also giveaway loops, or collaborations that people do. There's a few different ways to do giveaways. You can host a giveaway all by yourself, and I've done that. It's where you have something you want to give away, and the rules are like, make sure you're following me, and then tag somebody or as many people as you want in this post, and every person they tag is worth an entry. And so when they tag people who aren't following you and they want to get in on the giveaway, they're going to follow you and tag more people. So you can do that, and then just make it something that you have on your own that you give away. I've done those, and it's a good way to meet new people as well. Or you can get other people again. Like, don't be afraid to reach out to other people, especially people who are doing like brand repping, you know, people that have things in common again within your same brand. You don't want to go like way off something that isn't you. You're going to get people, first of all, that you're not necessarily looking for, and it looks strange when you do that. But don't be afraid of people that are like brand reps and YouTubers, people like that. They're always looking for more followers. They're always looking to boost their brand. So find people who have like interests, and ask them if they want to host a giveaway. So maybe each of you would contribute a certain amount of money, or you know, a favorite book, whatever you want to do for a giveaway, and then each would do like a giveaway loop within that. So don't be afraid to ask other people if they're interested in doing something like that. Okay, there's also giveaway groups. So these are like buy-in groups, and I just did one last week. Actually, since we did our last video, I did one, and it was huge. Like, I didn't count the exact followers, but I think there was over 300 people that I got from the one giveaway. So
that is awesome. Yay!
It is. I was really excited.
Yay.
So how those work are their accounts on Instagram, and you can set one up yourself, but I just go find one. Again, we don't want to reinvent the wheel and like put a whole lot of headache into it, because like Iris said, this is work. It does take time. And when you're growing, you're going to want to keep messaging people, and it can suddenly become really overwhelming if you're going fast, especially. So just go and find a giveaway loop. I mean, there's tons of them out there for lots of different things. Again, kind of go with something that would fit your brand. And that you buy into them. Okay, so most of them are like $20 or $30 buy-in, and there's usually about 30 people who share that, and it's like big prizes. It's things that people want. So the one that I did, was a $400 Target gift card. There's, you know, they give away baby strollers, outdoor furniture, you know, like big things that like really willing to follow a bunch of people to get entered in. So how those work is buy in, and you're in a separate sort of chat group, and they give you graphics and words and stuff by you to post. Everybody posts simultaneously on, you know, certain times, certain days. And how you enter for those is people go right over to that group, and they follow everybody who is co-sponsoring that giveaway. That was huge. Like, people were just following like crazy for that. The thing with that is, you know, you're going to get a lot of people that maybe you don't necessarily are your target market per se, but you know what? That's all sort of just the way that it goes when you're building your following, right? So you can go through and unfollow people if they're sort of unsavory, people that you don't really want to be connected with. Again, don't be afraid to unfollow and block people if they're not the kind of people you want to be associated with. Most of the time, when people follow you for something like that, you're not going to see any other stuff anyway. So be that as it may, just a little FYI on that. So those are the ones that you buy into. Sorry, I'm saying I'm a lot. I'm trying to get my thoughts together as I go. Okay, so a few tips. Those are kind of the tips for boosting your followers that I have. You can join like pods or influencer pods. People call them different things. So basically what those are, this isn't necessarily going to boost your following, but it's going to help with your visibility, with people seeing your posts. Basically just a group chat with people that are wanting to have interaction on their posts, likes and comments. And when you post something, there's that little airplane, like paper airplane looking thing after your post, and you can hit that and send it over to the group, and then everybody in that group will go and like and comment on that. So like we could start one just for Plexus posts if there isn't one like that already. Or some people just are willing to support you even if they're not. You have one?
It's right there. If you guys can see it, that little airplane right there, you click that and it'll give you the option to put it in. So my pod of influencers, that's where I put it in, and then everyone who's in there goes in and comments and likes it. So that's how that works.
And it's really easy because it's just just hit that and it shoots, and people just click on it. They go right to your post, and it's super simple. It's not like having a whole separate chat where you have to go and find the post, like we do on Facebook and stuff. So it's really, really easy to do. So that's a good idea to find those kind of things, like pod people that will help to boost your visibility. Because the more interaction we have on posts, the more the algorithm is going to make it visible to other people. All right, so those are good things to do. All right, so I don't know, were you going to talk about how to save things to a collection at all?
Oh yeah, I can do that.
Okay, all right, I'll let you talk about that.
Okay. All right, so let's see here. Let me pull it up and just show you, because I think it's just nice to be able to do a demonstration. So, okay, so if you are familiar with Facebook, in Facebook you can go in and you can categorize your friends, and you can make friends lists. And I've done that with people that I am pursuing, people that I want to keep in touch with. Guys, I have over 850 friends on Facebook, and not everybody am I wanting to keep up with and keep track of for that month. So I do things in months. I want to keep up with everybody, but I have to say, because I can't keep up with 850 people every single month. So I break it down into, okay, who am I focusing in on this month? And I make those categories. Well, you can do the same kind of thing. It's a little bit different in Instagram. So let me pull up my Instagram here. So let's say this gal right here, Michelle Chapin. So let's say I'm like, oh, I want to keep in touch with her. This month I want to be active on her page. So she's one person that I really want to keep up with. And I do this, I put about 25 to 30 people in my category. So I go to her, this picture, and this is her. Let's go to her Instagram. So this is her Instagram. I just pick on a picture. I'm like, all right, I want to keep up with her this month. So right over here, it looks like a little bookmark. You're going to click the bookmark, and then it's going to say save to a collection. So I have people that, so I just have 2 in here right now, but I have T, and then I have my July and August. So people I'm keeping track of for July and August. I just click and put her in there, and she's saved. And then I can go back to my page, and I can go to my bookmarks. So right here, your bookmarks are right over here. Sorry, there it is. So you'll click on that. It'll take me to my collections. Then I can click on here, and she's right there. So that picture, these are all the people I am keeping track of for July and August. So then I can just click on them, and it takes me to their picture. I click on their Instagram, and I can go and comment on their most recent post, or like their most recent post, or get up with them. So it's a really quick and easy way. All right, so I've woken up in the morning, I've done my morning routine, I've gotten the kids settled with something, and I've got like a 15-minute window until I've got to make breakfast or get lunch ready or whatever. I'm like, 15 minutes, sweet. I can go in here, I can grab my phone, I can click into my category, and I can click on these people, and I go in and see what they've posted, comment really quick. I can set a timer. In 15 minutes, I'm done. If I don't get through everybody, I'll find another pocket of 15 minutes to go through. It's just a way so that I don't have to feed through or search for them or try to remember what their Instagram name is. So think about it that way. It's a quick way to organize people so that you can reach out to them and be the most productive with your time. So that is that collections.
Yeah, I love that. Like, thank you for teaching that to me, Iris. And I think we have Thomas to thank for that, don't we, originally?
Yes.
So thank you, Thomas.
Yes.
But no, that's really awesome because I've been using notebooks. I'm sure other people use notebooks, and like you have all these lists, and it's messy. And so having those collections is really super fast, and you don't have to search for every single person, like you said. And something that I started doing too, just this week, because normally if I post something about Plexus or health without my supplements, without using the name, and I don't, maybe 20 likes, 30 likes on a post like that. But this week when I posted one, I got 105 likes just because there's more people. And I thought, like, why are these people liking? A lot of people didn't comment. They're just liking. So there's something there that they're either agreeing with, they're curious about, or at least they weren't like totally scared and, running away from it. So I actually made a collection of all the people that liked my post, just not to message them, but just to kind of keep them in contact, right? So I'm just going to make sure that I'm connecting with them because there's something there that is attractive to them, right? So that's another way to, if you're like, who in the world should I connect with this month? Like eeny, meeny, miny, moe. Maybe just look at the people that are interested in what you have to say and try to connect with those. So that was just a little something that I had a brainwave about this week.
Nice. That's awesome.
Okay. So that's basically all I have to say for tonight. I love some of the apps you're going to talk about, and I use them. The two that I use the most are WordSwag. I don't know if you're going to talk about that or not, but just for making attractive Instagram stories is what I use it for the most.
Nice.
And they have tons of pictures. I mean, you can pretty much search any picture you want, and they have things there, and you can use filters, you can change the size. They have them all preset, like if you want Instagram stories, Instagram posts, Facebook stories, Facebook headers, have it all set on there so you can pick the size that you want. So I love WordSwag, and then the preview app that Iris is going to talk about for keeping things organized and keeping me consistent, and for being able to create content ahead. Like, that's huge for me.
Yes.
Because when I first started, I was every day waking up and almost in a panic. Like, what am I going to take a picture of today? What am I going to talk about today? What do I want to say today? And the day would be going on and I hadn't thought of anything yet. And it's like, it's stressful. Like, it's a stress that you don't need when sometimes there's something that you're thinking about that you want to say, but you don't necessarily want it for that day. So just being able to lay stuff out so you can see it, and also creating content ahead. So Iris is going to tell you about that. That's basically all I have. So we'll let Iris talk tonight and get her big chunk in like she didn't get last week.
No, it's totally fine. Yes. Okay, so let's just dive right into preview. Let me pull up my phone here. So preview looks like this. I find it helpful to know what an app looks like when I'm going to search in the apps and be like, what is it? Is this the right one? So preview looks like that. It's got a bunch of squares and they're all different colors. And you're going to click on preview, and preview is going to give you, you're going to connect your Instagram to it, and it's going to help you lay out your Instagram on how you want it to look. So basically, here's a snapshot of what my Instagram looks like right now. So I can set up, and down here, way below, it's not, my Instagram doesn't look like this. These are pictures that I want to put in my Instagram. So it's wonderful. You can use the filters in here are amazing. It's free. You can do free filters, or you can purchase a filter set. You can purchase a whole, different filter set for like $3 or something, and it gives you a bunch of filters. But key here, and I think Holly talked about it last week, is being consistent. So I like to pick a filter and stick to it. So I stick to one filter. I might switch it up a little bit, but I'm still in the same filter family. And this is so people can come to my Instagram and see it, and it has this flow. It has the same kind of feel, and so it's clean. It's clean, and it's attractive to the eyes, and it's easy on the eyes because it's not all different kinds of filters and all different kinds. It's just there's a flow to it. My Instagram by far is not like spectacular, but I made the decision, like I would look at some people's Instagrams, I'm like, oh, their Instagram is gorgeous, but that's just not practical for me right now. I don't have a house that I'm totally redesigning and that looks fantastic in every picture, and I don't have the time to mess with it. So I made the decision, you know what, I'm going to stick with one filter. I'm going to stick with attractive pictures but I'm not going to stress about it. I'm just going to make it look as clean as I possibly can. So preview is great for that. I highly recommend going and getting preview and just playing with it. Just getting in there and kind of figuring out what works, figuring out what you can do. There's a ton of different things you can do in preview. But what you can do is set up what you want, and then you can put what you want to post for the next day. Like Holly was saying, it helps you set up your posts for later on in the week. You can set up your whole week of posts if you want to. So that way you just wake up in the morning, you will click on it, and you'll do your editing down here, and then when you're ready to upload it, it copies the caption for you, and you just scroll down and you will hit Instagram and put your copy, just paste it in there and post it. So it saves everything for it. You can do all the work, at 10 o'clock after your kids are in bed. You can do all the work and have your whole week set up, and then you wake up in the morning and just go click, 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 and post. So it's not you sitting there going, what do I want to say about this? And just wasting time trying to think about it. Whoop, whoop, hold on. Yeah, that's not good. Sorry.
Another thing about preview that's nice is you can actually schedule your posts too, so you can write your comments in, but you can also schedule them, and they won't post automatically because Instagram doesn't let outside apps automatically post. But they will send you a reminder. So if you're like, I want to post this at 6 o'clock tomorrow morning, they'll send you a reminder at 6 o'clock, or 8 o'clock tomorrow night. They'll send you a reminder that you have a post. I haven't used that feature yet, but if you like that reminder, it has that ability too.
Yes, that's right. I forgot about the reminder because I don't use it very often either. I just kind of get myself set up and then I post it when I. Yep. So yes, but you can get an idea of your feel, and you can, do you like this picture? Do you like the picture, and do you want it in there? What does it look like in your Instagram? So you can really look at it and kind of get an idea of how the feel's gonna be when you put it in there. So yeah, preview is wonderful, and I highly recommend getting it and just playing around with it and seeing what you can do with it. Okay, let me see here. Oh, I love the idea of word swag. I totally forgot. I have word swag and I love it. And I forgot that they do have free pictures in there. So that's awesome. The other app that I like for free pictures is Unsplash. Unsplash is amazing. This is an app where professional photographers just go in and give people their pictures. You can search absolutely anything, and it has all kinds of different pictures in here. I often search tea. Imagine that. And it just has tons of different pictures of tea that you can choose. So if I'm talking about tea or whatever, I can just have a wonderful, professional, clean photo. I do my filter over it. I put it into preview. I put my filter over it. I'll often put some words on there and just kind of introduce my topic, what I'm going to be talking about below the picture. And then I can set everything up. But I love Unsplash for that because it's professional photos, and they're clean and they're free, and you don't have to tag anybody or comment on them. So that's Unsplash. And then let me look real quick. Okay, so let's get into kind of the nitty-gritty of some of these apps that are going to be awesome. So one that I really like, it's actually, I've got one app and then I've got a program. Okay, so followers. This is what this one looks like. Followers is wonderful. It's basically data. It is all the data from your Instagram. It's how many followers you have. It's how many followers you have, how many you're following, new followers. I have had 973 new followers in under 30 days. This has been just probably 3 weeks. I've had new followers. People who are not following you back. I am working on unfollowing all of the people that have not followed me back. So I try to give people just a little bit of time to follow me back, but if they're not following me back, I slowly go through and unfollow them. Now, if they're people that I really want to keep up with, let's say they have 35,000 followers and they might not follow me, but I really like their stuff, so I'm going to keep following them. People who have unfollowed me, I'm not following back. So you can go through, and this gives you all kinds of stats on like how much you're growing and what's going on here. And it's wonderful. And it gives you all the information. Once you click on it, it gives you all of the information. So these are people who aren't following me. And so I can just go through and click, click, click and I unfollow it. It's connected to my Instagram and I unfollow it. Now that feature you do have to pay for. Holly, do you remember how much it is?
I actually don't use that one.
Okay, so
I haven't.
I think it's $9.99 a month. I think it's $10 a month. I really like it because of ease of use. It's just I can go in and just either unfollow or check on who's following me. So it's just data information that it's easy for me to find. So Thomas and I this is either our first or second month. So we're trying it for a couple of months. We're going to see how much we really use it. I really like it. Thomas is still kind of 50-50 on it. So we'll see, but you can get it for free and you can just get your data and you can kind of see. And then you can just go to your Instagram and unfollow those people. So you can still use the free side of it. They just make it hugely convenient for you if you pay $9.99 a month. So, but go and check that out. Guys, what we're giving you, these are free apps that you can go and check out and kind of see what you think about it and how relevant it would be for you. Maybe it is something you just want to log in the back of your head for a little bit later as your following builds a little bit, or maybe you hop in right now and kind of see what it is. Okay, the big one that I want to talk about is, it's called Stim Social. Let me pull up the website. So Stim Social is a website company, and it is, let's see here. Sorry, let's go to my dashboard. Okay, so it's stimsocial.com, STIMSOCIAL.com. If you Google it, weird things come up. So go to stimsocial.com. I don't know why weird things come up, but they do. So I told it to Holly, and I was like, oh yeah, it's just this. And then I was like, wait a minute. When I Googled it, it was really weird. So anyway, I gave the exact.
I was like, no, it's not just this. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, this is wrong. So stimsocial.com is awesome. And what it does, you do have to pay for it. And I believe it is $9.99 a month as well. But what it does is it goes in, you pick 10 people that you follow and that you love their style. And so you pick 10, and big people, I'm talking at least 5,000 followers or more, 5, 10, 15, 125,000 followers. Go big and have it be people you really like, not in Plexus, y'all, not Plexus, but other people in your brand. So I follow, there's several different photographers I follow. I just like the feel of their photographs. There's people who do interior design that I follow. I like the feel of their home. There's homeschoolers that I follow. And there's even like tea drinkers that I follow. So I have about 10 of them. And what Stim Social does is it goes to their followers and starts following them and liking them for you. So this is going to do interaction for you. And so as you plug this in, and guys, you could do $10 for a month and just see what happens. My month is not up, and it has gotten me 873 followers. So this is under a month. You could literally try this for a month and not try it for the next 2 months as you kind of work through the new followers and figure out this, and you'll continue to get followers through that, and then pay for another $10 and do it for another month. So this is something, it goes and it likes people and it follows people for you. So you set up the parameters, you set up exactly what you want it to do, and it starts following people for you. And this will build interaction. This will start getting people to recognize you and to start following you and to figure out who you are. This is an awesome, awesome option. I think all of us could scrounge up $10 to at least do this for 1 month, and it will get you to over 1,000 followers. I started with 250, and I hit over 1,000 2 days ago. So, and this is, under a month. So it's just been awesome. It has been awesome for just exploding my Instagram. I have had hundreds of conversations because I copy and paste, guys. Remember, I've got it set up to where I copy and paste, put it in there, and I have had just great conversations with people who are interested in Plexus. Now, nothing has turned into a customer yet. But it's been under a month and I've had these great conversations. So I really recommend this product, but it's going to get overwhelming. So take a deep breath as the followers start coming in. Just like Holly, she got 300 followers in a week. So that's a lot of people to go through. That's a lot of people to unfollow. That's a lot of people to copy and paste and start a conversation with. So get the people that have a conversation back with you, that seem really interested, and put them into those collections so that you can just keep track of them for the next month and just keep filtering through. So this is going to take your funnel from just a couple of people to like giving you hundreds of people to funnel through. But you can do this, and Stim Social is the way to do it. It's the way to get interaction and get you going on Instagram quickly. So I think it's exciting because I went from 250 of mostly people that were on Facebook to hundreds of people that I've never met before. And it was just this great way to start these conversations. And now I have 2 different tea companies that have sent me samples and they want me to feature their tea. And so I've got conversations going about that. And then I tell people, you know, what my husband and I do because our life is interesting. Like everything can be a segue back to health and wellness, y'all. Everything. So figure out your brand. Don't feel like your brand has to only be health and wellness, and figure out what you can work on with that. I feel like I'm a little bit sporadic here. Holly, do you have anything to like wrap up with, or anything you want to add?
I will say just really quick that Stim Social does give you 5 days free right off the bat. So you can just try it for 5 days, and if you're like me and you're like, oh my goodness, I have to do this, like 5 days, and there's like dozens of people coming in every day, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh my goodness, what am I doing? This is too much. But no, it is overwhelming, but there's a lot of people, again, like there's going to be people on there that you're going to unfollow. I find that I've never unfollowed people really before until starting to look through who's following. You know, there's some people like the whole entire account in Russian, like I'm not going to connect with that person, obviously, or, you know, like just different things like that. So you are going to get people that you wouldn't necessarily go and follow yourself. It's just kind of part of the thing, just because you're not doing it manually. But by and large, you find tons of people that you have a lot in common with. And my engagement since I started that has been like huge. Just people that they start conversations with me before I can even start conversations with them. And you've probably found the same thing. Yes. It is important to message people. I have to admit, I have not been able to message every single person that's followed me. I've tried to, especially the people that it looks like you have a lot in common with, that you really can connect with, especially those people. If there's people on there that you're not going to have a conversation with, you can just unfollow them. But yeah, you'll find people reaching out to you and commenting on your posts, and you're like, oh, who's this person? I have no idea who this is. So right. It really boosts your engagement too. So yeah, it's super worth it to me to pay the $10 every month to build the funnel. Yeah. You can try it for 5 days for free.
Yes. One quick thing I want to say here. Remember that Instagram, I'm trying to pull up some wording here. So remember that Instagram is, it's a virtual, think of it as you're connecting with people. And so you're going to connect with people on several different levels. Hang on just a second. Come here. You're going to connect with those people that are just wanting to do, that are just kind of wanting to document their life and use Instagram for a place to hold their photos. You're going to connect with those people. But by and large, Instagram is a place for businesses to connect. So don't be afraid. It's a little bit different than Facebook, guys. Don't be afraid to say, to ask them, hey, what is your Instagram goals? So this is one thing that I have been copying and pasting to people who are obviously on Instagram to grow a following. I said, so I'm just getting started with my Instagram journey, and I love that women are on here networking and growing relationships. Would you share with me what you do exactly and why you love it, or what your goal is on Instagram? So I copy and paste that into, and I get people talking about their business because I want to know, why are you here? Why are you on Instagram? What are your goals? I want to hear it. So look at this as a business networking. You're wanting to talk to these people about what they do. And guys, people love to talk about what they do. So get them talking about it, and it opens up doors for you to share what you do. What's your passion? What lights you on fire? Why are you on Instagram? And just share it in a testimony. You're not asking them to buy your product, but you never know who's going to go, huh, really? Gut health? And start talking to you more about what you do. So I just want to encourage you. This is different from Facebook. Don't be afraid to ask people why they're on Instagram and what they do and why they love it. So there's that. Okay, we have like 3 minutes left. I know there was a ton of information. Please don't hesitate to post questions in our chat, and let's get talking even more about how we can kind of implement these things. And if you wanted just a couple of things to work on, I would say start figuring out your brand, what makes you you. I love the way Holly put it. I told Thomas I love the way Holly put it last week. What gets you up in the morning? What drives you? That's going to be your brand. So figure that out, and then try out Stim Social. Try out Preview. Kind of play with them this week. Figure out what you like about them and if it's going to work for you. But I highly recommend Stim Social. And yeah, try it for 5 days and see what you think. But start working on your brand. And your Instagram does not need to be perfect in order for you to start. Just start. Because guys, I noticed a lady last week, she has 30,000 followers and her Instagram's a hot mess. And I'm like, how does she have so many followers? But she just does. She interacts. She's real. It's just her life. And then there's other people whose Instagrams are spotless and they have 30,000. So don't feel like you have to get it all right before you start. Just start. So I think that's it. Okay. Yay. Thanks for jumping on.
Yeah.
Yes. I was just wondering if you could do like just share all the apps that you talked about and do like a quick one line about what they all do, because most of those I've never heard about.
Yes, absolutely. That's a great idea.
Like in the chat.
You got it.
Okay. Cool. Thank you.
All right. All right. We will see you guys next week. Have a wonderful rest of your week. Next Monday, 6 o'clock Alaska time and 9 o'clock Central time. Yeah, I know. I know.
It's hilarious.
So
It's so funny. And we'll see you guys later. Thank you.
all right.
Thank
Bye.
you.